Guess what I'm on? You'll never guess. This is a CF MOTO 350 SR. It's like a sports bike. It's an A2 license, and I tell you what, it's a lot of fun. So it's obviously a sports bike riding position. So you imagine a 125 but a little bit bigger perhaps. Do you know what, this is pretty fun, this. Can't quite see it out of that mirror, that's better. My word, why do people always cut that thing there? Right, this is a bit of a strange thing for me because it's sports bike position, obviously not the sort of bike I choose to ride. It's actually quite comfortable. Nice riding position, handlebars swept back in a sports bikey bike type thing. This is a hoot. It's got two modes and I'm riding it in eco mode at the moment just to see what it's like, and I'm just about to switch it over into sport mode. Just a simple switch on the right hand cluster of buttons. So light, and the 300cc engine, and it is really trying to pull, if you want. I mean, it's a 300cc bike, so it's not going to be ripping your arms out, say like a Hayabusa would, but this is a really willing engine. It's a very capable engine, and we'll talk about the price of it and the deal that goes with it. But it's got an A2 license capable, and if somebody offered me this at 19, I'd have bitten their hand off. It sounds lovely. I am Valentino Rossi on the road to Cornwall. It sort of brings it into context really when you realise that I'm following Toby on a Himalayan, or not a Himalayan, on a Royal Enfield Scram. But this bike has got me smiling from ear to ear. Good engine braking on it, 6-speed. What's not to like? Right, let's catch Toby up now. So I've got it in sport mode. Good Lord, this is quite surprising. This is such a fun thing to ride. I mean, obviously you realise we don't ride these kinds of bikes all the time, and I would never choose to buy one, but this is a hoot. It really is a fun ride. So in 6th gear at 60 miles an hour it's doing just 5,000 RPM, so it's quite a high revving bike. But even in 6 speed there, it's pulling up, it wants to get on. Put it back into 5th gear, 55 miles an hour, and you can feel you've got control of the throttle. Every time you twist a little bit, you've got more control. It wants to power around the bends. I think, you know, people are going for these bikes for the fun element of them. Obviously, if you're a youngster, you know, this is an awesome bike to start with. But I think people who've had their licenses for a while will be very surprised by a bike like this. The engine's a Kawasaki rebuild thing, like we spoke about before, made in China, but they're basically Kawasaki engines. And we did on our last review about the 650, people were saying all about spares and you're not going to be able to get spares from China. Well, everyone's suffering a little bit because of the pandemic we've been through, getting spares, but CF Moto has such a big reputation in America that I don't think there'll be a struggle to get any kind of spares. And now they've got a really proactive distributor in the UK. We've been assured by people we've spoken to that spares are not an issue. So, nice comfy riding position. You don't feel like you've got extra pressure on your wrists because you're leaning forward. Grip the tank with your knees, takes all the pressure off your shoulders anyway. Enough space back, there's a hump behind, a small hump behind the seat. The seat's a bit hard, but it's comfortable enough. I'm going to let Toby get away from me now. Let's see if I can catch him. I'm sure I can. Excuse me. Wow. Excuse me again. Easier to point it into a bend and just whiz round it, drive round it. I always feel on these bikes you've got your head up, your neck at a funny angle, so they're not the most comfortable machines, I don't think, for me anyway. But I've ridden the BMW S1000RR, and I thought I was going to pop my hip out getting onto that, trying to get into the ride position. This is nothing like that. It's so much comfier, I would say, which sounds really odd. Down through the gears, no quick shifter on this sort of thing. And it's got that single cylinder pop, 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 pop that you get. Or sounds like. Nice clear screen on it. That's two different screens, one for sport and one for eco. We're again in our special place near the no parking sign, just to annoy people. And look what we're riding today.
What are you riding?
This little thing. No, you can't tell me this doesn't look cool.
It does look cool.
It is the CF Moto 300 SR.
I love the colours.
The colours are awesome. You see what that says there on the back?
I'm coming in now.
It says more fun. How much fun is this to ride?
Was it more fun?
Oh look, I'm an idiot. This is absolutely brilliant. Do you know, it's an A2 licensed bike, 300cc, don't know any of the horsepower because they just said take it out and ride it from Damerells, which we did. They had to put fuel in it. And I've ridden it here, and we rode the S1000RR, the BMW monster, okay? This is just as much fun. Now people are going to hate me for saying that, but you know, horses for courses, it is a bike, and you get pleasure out of every single bike you ride, okay? I thought when I got on the S1000RR I was going to dislocate my hip. I got on this thinking, my God, it's even smaller. Nice comfy riding position. Nice swept back handlebars on it. Obviously I would never buy a bike of this design because it doesn't suit what I need, and I don't find the riding position with your neck up like that all the time particularly comfortable. But if I was 19 years old and somebody said I could have this bike for $3,999,
Sorry?
$3,999, 4 years 0% finance, 4 years warranty, I'd bite their hand off.
Wow. But
Can
it
you
look like a more powerful bike?
It looks amazing. They've really worked on it. Now CF Moto, we've spoke about them before. We've done their 650. Was it an XR something?
It was a 650.
650, and we both loved it. It was a really, really nice bike. This is awesome as well. Obviously, it's a 300cc, but
what's it like getting up to speed, being a 300?
It's got two modes. It's got eco mode and sport mode. Now I rode it in sport mode behind you on the dual carriageway for a little while, and then you put it into sport mode. When I came off, went around the bends, my God,
Different bike.
what a hoot. It's such fun to ride. So light, so flickable, easy to get round corners. You can power around the corners. It's a high revving bike, but you know, sports bikes are, aren't they? But you know, it's just really, really good fun. I loved it. I loved it.
Would you get one then?
No.
Oh.
Only because Sync Nav Home Command would say no.
That's Cornish Stig, isn't it?
Cornish Stig, she'd say no, you can't ride them more than one at a time, so you can only have one, which is fair dues. But it's a really, really nice bike. Now, CF Moto have a massive following in America because they do quad bikes, they do side-by-sides, they do all sorts of things. And like I think we said last time, they might have put something in the Dakar Rally this year. You know, so they've got form for making good quality bikes. The engine is a Kawasaki engine that's been rebuilt in China because CF Moto is a Chinese company. Now, they've been around for a long time, but people don't know about them because the previous dealer wasn't that, or previous distributor was not that forceful. New distributor, funky set of colours, nice looking bikes, nice bikes to ride, and I think these are going to start turning a few heads. You might see them around a bit.
Well, and they're not afraid to say, because people think about the CF Motos as a bit of a second quality, lower quality thing. They're not afraid to say that they're using things like NGK,
Spark plugs, Bosch.
Injection. Did must mean something as well.
It's a chain. Did must mean something. It's a chain.
Yes, of course it is. They're good chains, and then you've got KYB and CS, all these names and stuff. They're not put on there for any other reasons than to show.
You can't put them on if you're not using them.
No, but they're put on there to show that these bikes, you might think that they're lesser of a bike, but they're really not, are they?
No, you know when you look at MotoGP and you see the 125 races and how much fun that is. I mean, that's where all the crashes happen, isn't it? Because they're just like, this is the next thing. You know, single cylinder, it's just lovely. The seat is really, it's quite firm,
Look at this.
but it's really quite comfortable.
And you're actually in it, aren't you?
You're sat right in it. I mean, this is probably a bit impractical, the pillion seat. I don't think I'd want to sit on that.
See this? There is airflow holes.
What lives in here?
Airflow holes.
Hello!
How cool is that?
Yeah.
It's all in the design, and let's go faster.
Oh, it just looks really cool, but the engine is really willing. You're winding it up and it's going, oh, come on then, come on then, come on then. Which is like, hang on a minute, you're a 300cc bike. I know you're dressed as a sports bike, but you're still a baby bike. But it wants to go, come on, you muppet, turn the handle. But I'm going to show you something now.
Okay.
The screen, which it's exactly the same. I'll switch it off.
Okay.
Oh,
wow.
Because it's coming back on again now.
Look at this. That's the front of the bike.
It is. You got the sport mode screen.
Yeah.
And just a simple press of the button on the cluster there, and it goes to eco mode. It's a really nice screen, isn't it?
It is. Really clear.
Not cluttered, none of the garbage that's on it. It just, you know, it's just really nice.
It's really good, isn't it?
But look at the lights at the front. Now, they may flicker because they're LED, but...
Yeah, I don't think they are in this one, but they look smart. I tell you what, Mark was riding behind me, and those lights looked like an R1 type thing.
Yeah, you need to look at the rear light, mate, because that is pretty funky, I think. You have to come back here and look at it.
Oh, look at that. It's like something out of Tron. Oh, isn't that good?
Isn't it cool? Tyres, look. Notice how the chicken strips are almost gone.
That's Mark been riding it.
Yeah. I mean, it's a well put together bike. You know, there's loads of information. They don't do manuals anymore. It's all online, so you have to look online to find the torques and all the rest of it. We couldn't tell you that. Couldn't even tell you how big the fuel tank is. But you know,
be on the video at some point. Right
there you go.
Now, I would say.
Yeah. So, a nice looking bike.
Yeah, and it's got upside down forks. Is that what they call them? You know, so
uppy downies, I think you called them in the last video.
They haven't really scrimped on anything, to be honest.
No, they're not. Yeah.
Even the indicators, they're LED.
Yep.
And they're almost exactly the same sort of indicators as on the BMW.
Really?
Yeah, they look extremely...
Good thing about these is they haven't got red lights on them. Like a BMW has, so you can't see when you're turning.
Yeah, see how rant about that in the car.
But doesn't it look nice? Obviously, it's got stuff for a pillion. I wouldn't want to carry a pillion on it.
What's it? Have a seat on it.
Have a seat on it, or should I sit on it?
Sit on it, yeah.
Do you know? And it's small enough that even I, with my gammy knees and all the rest of it, can do that. I even look like a racer, don't I? Trust me.
Yes. Well, you've got a blow-up vest if anything goes
There
wrong.
you go. So it's really, really comfortable. The position, changing the gears is no issue. Quite often on these, you've got to get your foot underneath it and try and find it. It's just really nice. Why wouldn't you buy one of these? $3,999.
I know, that's incredible.
It's obscene, but loved it. Now I've lost my little stone now, so it'll probably fall over. What else is there to say about it? Responsive, flickable, a good laugh, and if you just don't go, well, this isn't a 1000cc bike, this is a 300cc bike, I'm having so much fun. I'm having more fun than I would on a 125, but I love it. Somebody offered me this at 19, bite their hand off.
Yeah.
So, thanks Damerells for letting us take them out and have a ride with them. And if you like the video, give us a thumbs up. I'm sure you make loads of comments. CF Moto, I think they're going to make a name for themselves.
They are.
Give us a thumbs up, subscribe and all that old malarkey, and we'll see you soon.